I sent you a message in the Discord voice channel chat. I don't know if that was the problem. Sure thing.
Hello, everyone. We are dealing with some audio stuff from leftover from the live stream on Saturday. Cameron, go ahead and talk for me if you could.
Hello, fellow Monster Hunters. Cameron here. Hoping everything is sounding hunky-dory, A-OK. I guess let me pull up the stream so I can hear.
It's like echoey almost. Hold on.
I heard my keys typing.
It's like echoey for you. I don't know. Let me. What happens if I?
Oh, I hear it.
All right, so I have voice.
Hold on. How about now?
Once I don't have the
test.
No, it's still
testing audio.
Echoey.
Still echoey. I'm like a little robot. Okay, hold on.
Maybe it's my desktop audio. I'm trying to tell if it's like the volume for one of the sources.
Oh, if it's playing me through desktop audio and through Discord or whatever as like two audio sources.
Well, that's what I'm trying to fix now. What did we do? What did we do with voice meter that made that happen? Because for desktop audio, that shouldn't be affected. This was an OBS setting. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. No, that should just be desktop. This is why I don't like having voice meter on. I think of what all we did from that tutorial video. Let's make this not work.
Well, I can check my settings since I do have voice meter up currently. So if I go into audio, what I currently have is a playback device, which is my headphones.
Yeah, same.
If I right click and hit open sound settings, I have my input. Oh, hold on. Let me see if this fixes it. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Do I sound any better?
Hold on, I gotta keep bringing the stream up. I'm trying not to.
Oh, so I sound good to you.
Yeah, you sound fine to me. It's when I listen to the recording on the stream.
I sound okay, I think, on stream now.
Oh, what setting, what room setting is your mic on?
I believe it is the little half circle with a dent in it.
Okay, I guess it's just a little echoey. I don't know what the cause is, but that should work.
I might need to mess with my gain and stuff.
All right, well, for anyone who's in chat, welcome back to Monster Hunter Mondays. We just finished up our Extra Life 12-hour live stream last Saturday. Thank you all to everyone who showed up and donated, whether
Big
for
success.
incentives or just because. If you could or couldn't donate, it doesn't matter. If you showed up or spread the word or watched in some way, we appreciate each and every one of you very, very much.
Absolutely true. I was looking on let me pull up the statistics.
Oh yeah, thank you. I meant to do that earlier.
So we raised $2,735. Again, thank you everyone. Big shout out also to our sponsors. We had and this isn't individual people. This is probably if you clicked to watch for a little while, clicked away, and then clicked back, it counted twice. But we had 120 views on YouTube, and on Twitch, we had.
These are unique views, right? Like individual people.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they are unique views.
Oh, okay, just total views. Oh,
Yes. I don't know if I guess I believe it is not unique views. For Twitch, and the reason I don't think it's unique views is because the number is so high. For Twitch, we had 259 views.
Okay.
So my assumption is it's double counting if like someone watched for an hour, went away, and then came back. I assume that's 2 views. But if it is unique views, that's even more amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say either way, that is a lot. That's a huge number, and we are very grateful for that. I had a very good time. I think everyone else did as well. Usually, we would take some time to recover from our big live streams in the winter quarter every year, but because it was only 12 hours, and I think we've just been on the ball more this year than previous years, we are back with Monster Hunter Mondays tonight. We are.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the we take we do.
Well,
you're
yeah,
right. We
the
do take the week off
one,
afterwards.
The 24-hour one we needed to badly. That was one where I needed not only the sleep energy, but just the all right, time to spend 3 days by myself in the dark and just sleep and watch TV.
Yeah, for the 24-hour streams, I'm pretty sure I took off the Monday of work afterwards, and
hey,
yeah, it was a whole thing.
How's it
Hey,
hanging?
Boom Headshot, how's it going?
But yeah, no, this year was a lot easier. I think it was the setup was a lot easier done. We made sure to do a lot of the physical setup ahead of time. We did. It didn't seem like a lot of prep. For me, I spent so much time this year taking apart all the stuff on my computer and putting it back together that it really felt like nothing.
Yeah.
So the technical setup was
I think we changed things in the setup this year, but overall, I think we still had we've developed a pretty good rhythm of things. The only major difference this year was we were using your machine, and so you needed voice meter for the first time. But that was right. That was about it.
I think what also helped is the fact that we really only played two games this year. So a lot of the tech headaches from switching games wasn't nearly as bad.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of the past year and a half getting used to OBS and doing stuff on the fly. And shoutouts to Annika. We already did shoutouts before, but shoutouts to showing me studio mode in OBS, which I've literally never used. That helps greatly because now I can edit other scenes while another one is playing, which is awesome.
Oh, I'm gonna have to learn that.
It is super nice. She said it minutes before the Hero Forge stream, and it literally saved some of the scene switchover headaches. It was great.
Interesting. I'd like to. I'll have to check that out. And then also, to your point, the playing I kind of anticipated more people would want to play multiplayer. Maybe people's tastes change year in and year out. Last year was very much a multiplayer play with the audience type of experience.
Yeah.
From what I remember,
was
Among Us?
Last year, the year we did, yeah, Among Us. That's right.
Overcooked, all that stuff. But this year, I guess, and I don't know if it was just because Pokemon had just come out or people just wanted to kind of vibe and hang out, but it was the big question, and people seemed fine with it on stream, was, okay, we want you to play Pokemon Scarlet for a really long time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of the people that we asked about what they wanted to see, it was pretty resounding answer was Pokemon, which is fine. In fact, I think that's actually pretty good. A lot of solo streamers really only play a small handful of games, so I think sticking to that one isn't a bad idea. I do like the camaraderie of like switching between some stuff, but I think keeping the game list small might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Just going over like maybe 3 to 4 max, and then kind of just playing it by ear based on what people want to see. Because ultimately, I mean, we are doing it for the viewers as well as for charity. So whatever connects those two things together, I think is the better choice.
I got kicked. Hold on.
Oh, you're good. I'm talking to all the people I haven't talked to yet. I guess that's it.
And yeah, for tonight, I mean, this will probably be our last Monster Hunter Sunbreak stream for a while, unless someone has a strong desire to do it. But tonight, the only reason we're really playing this tonight is my need for, I don't know what you want to call it. I want to say OCD because I recognize that's a real thing that people struggle with.
Yeah.
But my need for completing all the checklist items. We have all the monsters on a thumbnail except Scorned Magnamalo, which is from the base game.
That's right. I was about to ask what's the thumbnail tonight anyway.
So we can do some like anomaly hunts and stuff. Tom, I think you have the lowest AR, so if you want to post, and then after a while we'll do, once we feel confident, we'll do Scorned Magnamalo, and then call it a night. And then next time we play, it'll probably be Iceborne again with.
Sorry, real quick. Do we want to do a warm-up monster? Or we just want to do.
Yeah, well, I'm fine doing a warm-up monster, whatever you want. Like, I would imagine we just do some low rank, not low rank, but early anomaly hunts as the warm-ups, unless you want to do something that's not an anomaly as a warm-up.
That's fine. I actually haven't done an anomaly quest in a while. I'll just pull up whatever. The highest rank or what level whatever ones I have are like 33, but last time that took a while, so I'm gonna do one slightly lower than that.
Yeah, that's fine. And we got plenty of ways to go. I'm in AR the anomaly rank like 120 investigations.
Oh, okay.
But and I don't think you can join those, so I figure you post, and then at some point I don't think the game. I guess I'd like to talk about the end game. Oh, I guess for whoever's watching in terms of topics, I am not prepared to talk about Gundam. I did not see the latest episode.
Oh, so
I'm an episode behind.
It's not me.
Did you see it?
I did, yeah. I watched it last night. I watched it explicitly for tonight because...
Was it cool?
It was cool. Again, not an action-heavy one, but it was good. I think it had some good, important like background and story building stuff in it. Yeah, it's worth watching.
No spoilers, but do you think that the show... I've been wondering about this, if it's almost like a 2-episode format, like every episode is actually a 2-parter, and it's like there's going to be a setup episode and then a resolution episode, or
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because they haven't really had much like immediate storylines that continue over. Like it's like the first episode is like set up for a big thing and then resolved in the next. It does seem to be doing that, but I don't know if that's just like how Gundam, because sometimes Gundam does like the one episode like kind of episodic like whatever like problem of the week stuff. I don't know if that's what this is gonna be, because I think they're trying to tell a broader story, but they're doing it in the kind of episodic format. So I don't know. It might be. I don't know how many episodes do we have left in the season. I think it's
that. I don't know. I think. Let me do a quick look.
Ratha says no Gundam. No maidens.
Yeah. What? No Gundam.
Gundamless behavior. I need to eat. I forgot how to play this. Say the line.
25.
25 in the season? Okay. I was worried it was going to be like a 12 or 10 episode thing. Because it would be kind of weird if they ended in like 2 episodes from now.
Yeah, definitely a slower burn. I'm assuming we're gonna get like it looks like 25 episodes, and I'm betting after 25 episodes maybe there will be a season 2. The way
Yeah.
it's feeling, I don't know.
I would hope so. I mean, I think IBO did the two season format really well. That was also specific to the story because there's a huge time jump in between. But
I feel like this could also have that though. If things go sideways in episode 24 and it's like fuck the school's fucked and blah 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 blah,
right,
and then it's like big time skip to a post school world or something. But yeah, I can't speculate too much because I still haven't seen it. But yeah, so
Ratha
no.
Cameron hasn't seen this past weekend's episode.
I'm sorry, Raffalarosa.
How could you let him down like this?
Hannah wanted to watch Christmas movies instead. She actually got mad at me last night because like we were watching Miracle on 34th Street, and I don't like that movie very much.
I don't remember much about it. Isn't like the girl from Matilda in it?
Yes, so it's a remake. The original movie was in 1947, and then they did a remake in the 90s. And the premise of the movie is the mall Santa at Macy's is real. The real Santa Claus becomes a mall Santa.
Oh, and he's just doing that side gig for money because of the economy?
Yeah, not for money. It's not like a comedic premise, really. He's just like doing it, and it's not really explained. The idea is... I guess the idea is we don't really know if that's Santa Claus or not, and there's a big trial at the end about like...
Oh, it's like implied or something, right? Like they don't ever actually figure it out or something?
Kind of, yeah. I'm trying to like think through, because this is my problem with the movie, is that the whole trial aspect and a big core like source of tension is that Santa Claus, and they have a trial because he replaces a drunken mall Santa, and that drunken Santa comes back, and they get in a fight. And there's this ongoing plot that Macy's is going to get bought out by a big box store, which is funny because Macy's is already like they portray Macy's as a mom and pop store instead of a gigantic corporation.
Do they specifically they name drop Macy's? Like it's not just like like Jerry's House of Stuff. It's like Macy's.
It's called Kohl's, but it's not Kohl's that we know with a Kohl.
COLE or something like that.
Yes, and it is. It is decked out like everyone who's watching it should know. It's not should, but at the time would likely know that it's Macy's because of the unique Macy's styling. And I guess maybe Oris needs our help. I did not realize that they started the fight already. I was running grabbing bugs.
Oh, I thought that was you. I was doing the same thing.
I'm coming, Oris.
We're coming. You're in stream.
I guess it's Shiro backwards. Maybe that makes more sense.
I could see that. Wait, Shiro, like, isn't Shiro Amada the name of the main character from 8th MS Team?
Probably. I mean, I think Shiro's like...
Well, it's just like a
Steve in Japanese.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Shiros. But anyway, so it's Macy's in it. It has all the distinctive Macy's stuff, and Macy's was famous for having that like letter to Susan, the post box where kids can go and drop off their letters to Santa Claus.
Oh, I thought you just said letters to Susan.
Well, that's like there was a famous news article like back in the like 30s where a little girl named Susan wrote a letter to Santa Claus, put it in a Macy's box, and then like a post office worker answered it or something as like an editorial comment.
Oh.
But anyway, the point is it's Macy's, and most people of the time would know that it's Macy's. But Macy's is a big box store. It is not a fucking mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
So it's weird that they're trying to like be this underdog. And then Santa Claus is here to essentially save Macy's, which is every bit of terrible corporate like commercialization of Christmas that I hate. And I'm not a Christian or a Christmas person. It's just everything that I don't care about in the modern Christmas tradition.
Yeah.
Um, so Santa Claus comes to town, and he's helping Macy's revitalize their store. There's a VP that's a lady, and she's an divorced mother.
Right, gotta be single. It's funny. It's almost like these types of movies, even the early 2000s, late 90s, whatever ones, set the blueprint for the Hallmark movies.
Yes,
Like,
100%.
side plots in these movies are the main plots of Hallmark movies. Very
Yes, and God damn it, they are. This is better done than a Hallmark movie, but it's still not like good. It's like you watch this and you're like, this kind of sucks, and then you watch a Hallmark movie and then you're like, okay, never mind. No, this wasn't like this wasn't awful.
Yeah.
But there's a whole plot, and there's this trial, and it basically the trial comes down to it shouldn't matter whether or not Santa Claus is real and this is Santa Claus. What matters is that we believe. And they have this argument by talking about how this is like in New York City, and the judge is given a $1 bill by Matilda, and he's like, and I noticed on this dollar bill it says, "In God we trust," and we have no proof of God, but the government and the people put their faith in God, and it's like, I don't like that we have "In God We Trust" on our money.
Yeah.
Like, that was jingoistic bullshit that was added to the American dollar in the Cold War. It's not.
It's funny that
we used to
use that that hard of an argument. It's like, oh damn, we're getting philosophical over here. Like,
yeah,
okay.
But it's boomer philosophy. it's fucking word association gobbledygook.
Yeah,
and it like it starts off with a false premise that like everyone in the country is religious, and that's what gives this country. Yeah, exactly. So I don't like the movie, and Hannah knows I don't like the movie, but she wanted to watch it, so I watched it with her, and we got to the trial scene, and I was like, I'm gonna go work on other stuff. And she got annoyed that I left, and I get it that like.
But I mean, if you don't want to watch the movie, also like it's like if Hannah wants to like leave in the middle of us recording, I'm like, that's totally understandable if that's not something you want.
Yeah.
That's not to start an argument, but it's like I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So anyway, oh God, we're kicking the shit out of this thing. Oh, Shiro, no!
Shiro, please. Actually,
we can't capture anomalies. The good news is we're right by the starting area, so we'll.
I forgot about this guy's moveset entirely, and that we're in anomaly mode.
Hey, someone clip that shit.
I saw
that was good. That was clean.
Good. Went from fucking 20 feet to 0 in a split second. Nice.
Yeah, I want to see that death screen if he's like suspended in air.
Oh, I love that. I always check my like ending screen to see if it's worth a screenshot or not. Yeah, I understand like what you're coming from with the Christmas movies. There's plenty of Christmas movies. Like, I like stuff like Home Alone and Muppets Christmas Carol because it's more than just the Christmas part.
Two of my favorite Christmas movies.
They're just
I like Christmas Carol a lot.
Hey, Guns Pony.
Just like in general as a story.
Yeah, I think it works well, and like all the different like adaptions of it are pretty cool. Like Scrooged, I don't know if that movie's aged well. I just remember it was kind of a weird take on it.
Yeah,
and like all the different cartoon ones, I like that it's like a staple trope for that, and It's a Wonderful Life are great like tropes to reuse for holiday episodes because they're well told stories, and like you can adapt them and change things around, and it's just as fun. Hey, Cheryl. And we got lots of regulars showing up tonight.
Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Guns Pony. Hey, everybody. Again, thanks for everyone who was on the live stream on Saturday. And Frosty the Snowman. That's a good one, David.
Pop filter just
yeah, the kill screen was midair. Is nice.
That was pretty good.
Melds done. Oh, Argosy pickup box is full. But yeah, anyway, I'm not a huge fan of Christmas, but I like certain Christmas movies. Miracle on 34th Street is not on my list. But I think, are you coming? I think you responded to Hannah's thing. We're going to do some trivia on Thursday, apparently.
Yeah, I should be going to that. Because I remember we did the one at Queen City Exchange a few years ago, and that was pretty fun. I could do that again.
Yeah.
I won't be as good as Nate is at it because Nate remembers everything from those movies and has retained such since he saw them the first time. But I have either heard him talk about them enough, or I remember enough about like the ones I like. I figured I'll help join the team and score some points.
Yeah.
Plus trivia, I like the format of trivia. Trivia is
The
fun.
atmosphere. Yeah.
It's fun
Grab
when
some
like
drinks.
a question gets answered or like no one knows what it is and you're like, I don't know, it might be this, and then it ends up being right. Very few better feelings on planet Earth than that. Okay, so that was one down. I was trying to save up all my curious crafting for when I had like a weapon armor set I know I wanted.
Yeah.
But I guess I should probably just start upgrading since I'm really not gonna make much else.
Yeah, if you think you're sitting, it'll take some good amount of parts though.
Yeah, I can't add any anomaly slots to my guard lance because I don't have any dire scales. So I might have to do armor.
Oh yeah. You'll have to. What is your anomaly rank right now? Your AR.
Oh, let's see. My AR probably not very high. It is.
I think it's in your guild card.
48.
What is it?
48.
28.
48. It says anomaly
okay.
research, and then the number next to it is 48.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a ways to go.
Okay.
Those dire scale elements though, I think you can get on. We have. Hold on. Let me check the Discord. Someone was kind enough to post in the Discord like the chart.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
yeah.
Here's what you need.
If I should be doing quests or investigations or what.
Basically, just investigations at this point.
Okay.
If you've got the monsters unlocked, then do investigations. You can do the research quests to unlock monsters for investigations.
Oh, I see. Okay. Dire Fang is what, a 90? Okay. Well, shit.
Afflicted Fang. Afflicted Hard Fang.
Or was it?
What are you looking for?
I thought it was Fang. Let me go check. Well, this is just anomaly slot number... where is this? Yeah, so add anomaly slot. I have 4 out of 8 unlocked.
I got you. So you can put some stuff in them.
Yeah, dire scale.
Dire
okay, so
scale.
That's 51. That's not terrible.
And then for getting some of the gems to put in the slots, it's cheaper materials in general. The slots are the things that will upgrade kind of last on your weapons.
Yeah, okay. Because what I have now is I have a attack boost level 2 on my gun lance. I'm just using the
Oh, nice.
I usually what I do for gun lance is I just build whatever game 8 or whatever the first result on Google is for like top tier stuff. But the version they had was one that was like it's all based on like resentment and like basically being near death to do like 5,000 damage. And, like,
I'm not trying to do those. Like I'm looking for the meta comfy sets, not the strictly best time
like,
sets.
Well, that's why I usually build the ore.
Oh, hold on. Let me let Ollie say hi to Hannah.
Hi, Ollie. Anyone in chat, post the name of your dog. Tell us your dog's name. If you have a dog, or your pet's name. Doesn't matter what.
Sorry, mommy's home.
I see. I was telling chat to tell us the names of their pets.
Yeah, who all... We've got a good group of people that have pets in the Discord.
I think I have an upgrade for a weapon. Weapon list, upgrade list. Hey, NoobTube. Yeah, we are back with Monster Hunter Mondays. We were just talking about how this year's was not as energy draining as the past few, so we're back with the more Monster Hunter tonight. There's a little bit of, I don't know if people in chat can still hear it. There's a little bit of echoey weirdness on my desktop audio source, so Cameron probably sounds a little bit echoey.
Testing. Yeah, how do I sound?
Might just be maybe it's the volume? I don't know. Guns Pony has 2 cats named Ketchup and Mustard. That's incredibly good, Guns Pony. Do either of them look like their respective condiments? Do you want to pick the next quest? Do we lose you, Cameron?
Oops, sorry. No, I was futzing around with my. I'm gonna play with my gain real quick. Tell me if it's worse or better.
Okay. Well, let me get the stream up because you sound fine to me, but it's not.
Testing this. Cameron talking to the audience. I'm gonna read some messages. David and Cheryl don't
You sound
have
good
pet-
now. I think it was your gain.
Ah, perfect. Okay.
I think your gain was picking up the the reverberations off your back wall, and that was probably catching both.
Gotcha. Okay, awesome. Fixed. Easy.
At least it sounds good to me. So we'll let chat deal with that.
Yeah.
And then Cheryl's asking about D&D.
Always asking about D&D. I didn't. Oh no, I did do D&D this weekend. I
saw
played a good amount. Yeah.
Hey, Finn and Poe.
So let's see. While Tom's picking the quest, Friday night was the penultimate Domain of Dread. That was a lot of fun. There was a big reveal, so every adventurer in the Domains of Dread, including Tom, I forget who you were playing. You were playing a dwarf cleric. It was
I
real
didn't play
that
this weekend.
No, I know, but you played in Domains of Dread at one point in time.
Yes. I don't remember what his name was. But yes, I played a dwarf cleric, like very, very early on. I think it was the first one, actually.
Yes, it was, yeah. But it was revealed that you were all actually descendants of improper clones of Aslan Rex, the Dark Lord of Darkon. So that was a fun adventure. A lot of like backstory stuff got revealed for the players that are like more invested in that side of things. And then Anjanath, all right.
Yeah, I figured why not.
In addition to that, it was essentially, this adventure was like scouting out and getting information ahead of the epic on Saturday. Some fun encounters. There's a cool item. So like Castle of Vernus, which is the name of Aslan Rex's citadel. And it's called Castle of Avernus, and it's totally unrelated to Avernus, apparently, like hell. Just happens to be named that, which I think is kind of funny. But it is like in this mid-explosion called the King's Tear, because he's conducting this ritual to ascend out of the domains. And the adventure was the party has to go and explore and get information about Aslan Rex, and they did, and there was a couple big reveals. One is Firen Zalhonen, which these names probably don't mean much to anyone except those who have been playing a lot of the adventures, but he's an NPC that's been accompanying the party and helping them out. Turns out that is half of Aslan Rex's soul when he split it using the Rod of Rastanon. So he split his soul into Darkless Rex and Firen Zalhonen, and the ally of the party is actually Aslan Rex. He raided the headquarters, Ray headquarters, and stole some magic items. What are we hunting? Anjanath. And in addition to like trying to fend off that raid, after the party found out what was going on, they also learned a lot about Aslan Rex's plan and all that, and that's all posted in the thread for the Raid Detective Agency. Excited for the epic on Saturday. Then Sunday morning, Hannah and I played in. Matt was running a Christmas themed one shot, which was a lot of fun. Hannah had a really cute character that was like a big fan of Santa Claus. Um, she played that character really well, and that was a good time.
Did
And
at
then I
any
ran
point
Rime of the Frost.
did she ever
Oh, yeah, go
argue
ahead.
about because God doesn't exist, so we should believe in a deity that is Santa?
Yeah, yeah. She started talking about what it says on the American dollar. Um, she um, she played an elf barbarian who was a big fan of Santa Claus, and it was cute. Um, I had a lot of fun. I got to play a bugbear barbarian rogue. This was level 5. So the idea with my character is we all got one uncommon magic item. So I took a Sword of Warning, which gives me advantage on dexterity or on
Oh,
what initiative
perception or
rolls.
something like that. Yeah, it's like you can't be like alarmed.
Yep, and you have advantage on initiative rolls. And then I took the alert feat because we got a free feat, which gives me +5 to initiative rolls. So I had a +8 to initiative,
You really
and I
just
was
wanted to
rolling
go
initiative.
first very badly.
Yes, because bugbears, if they could act before other creatures, I get
Oh, smart.
plus I get 2d6
That's right.
to my
Yeah.
damage dice. So as a barbarian, normally you're using a great axe, but this guy he's using 2 short swords because they're finesse weapons. So I could still make strength attacks. So essentially, he didn't wear a lot of armor, so he could stealth around as much as possible, get up close, rage, and then while creatures are surprised, he gets around 2 rounds of attacks off before they can actually act on their turn in order to maximize his bugbear damage. And it was a lot of fun. We were fighting goblins and bugbears that came and raided Santa's workshop. And he's just a war vet, so he's like the enemy's the enemy. So he went back to Nam and went all Rambo on them, and it was I don't get to play all that often as a player, and this was a lot of fun for me to play in.
Did he have cannons that shot presents? Was it like the Futurama like Santa robot?
No,
Or
no.
like how?
Santa Claus was the good guy in this one. There was a witch that was trying to get his Santa powers. So she had hired these goblins and bugbears, and a young white dragon to attempt to um, hijack Santa's Christmas spirit.
Santa goes to the local grocery store and someone tells him to get a job, and he says, "I serve this world. This is the thanks I get."
Yeah, yeah. I did get an awesome one-liner in that I snuck up on a group of goblins that were trashing part of the workshop, and I came out and I immediately killed 2 of them, and I was like, "Looks like someone's been naughty."
Well, that really is the spirit of Christmas. Is all the Christmas puns. Truly.
Yep.
That's pretty good. That sounds like a lot of fun. I like doing holiday one shots. My first campaign, the Storm King's Thunder one, we did a holiday one shot that wasn't really relevant to anything, but it was very much like, what do we call it? Candle nights, something like that. That's the McElroy version of Christmas. But we did a one shot like that. And it's always kind of like fun because everyone knows the trope going into it. Like, oh, this is this is a
you
bottle
just
episode.
lean into it.
Yeah, I enjoy that kind of camaraderie in the less serious settings.
Yeah, and Sunday was we just finished the live stream, but Sunday was D&D heavy because after that I ran Rime of the Frost Maiden. We're in the second to last chapter of the adventure, and there is the adventure is you're stopping the goddess Auril from casting a heavy enchantment. Every night she goes over the land of Icewind Dale, casting an enchantment that prevents the sun from rising. So Icewind Dale slowly is getting colder and colder until it freezes. It's solid. You're exploring Icewind Dale, helping people out, trying to figure out how to stop the rime. And I tweak some stuff. We're at the Bishaten. My bad.
Oh, wow, he's already at blue. Wait, what?
Well, this one's a regular Bishaten. It's not.
Oh, okay. Wow, holy shit. No, that's blood orange.
No, yeah, but it's not an anomaly blood orange.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. For some reason I thought like all the target monsters were anomalies in.
No, I think you only ever have one anomaly
Oh,
target
crap, that was quick as hell.
at a
Of
time.
course, I guess we're also both of you are probably way higher in armor or ability.
I mean, you're end game too.
I guess so. Yeah, I was thinking of like our damage output must be much different. Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
Potentially.
On to the next one.
But so Rime of the Frost Maiden, I've made some tweaks to make it make a little more sense. Auril doesn't really have a strong motivation for why she's trying to freeze Icewind Dale. And like, yeah, she's like an evil goddess, but it just like she
Like
should
her
want
in the
something.
book doesn't really like have any good motivation.
Yeah, the book does not do. That's like one of my complaints. Is like there's never like a, oh, this is what she wants like thing.
Right.
So
like, even Scooby Doo villains usually have a motivation for as to why they do what they do.
Right. They the closest thing they give is she embodies all the aspects of winter, and she wants to perfectly preserve Icewind Dale as her tenet to preservation. And it's like that seems weak.
Yeah. Not sure I believe that one.
But there's you basically you're like the two cruxes of the adventure are you are trying to stop Arl from freezing Icewind Dale over, investigate the there's a couple like minor threats. Investigate Netherese, which is an ancient society.
I've heard of that.
Ruins in Icewind Dale, and there's a city eventually you discover an ancient Netherese flying city that came crashing down in the glacier 1,000 years ago.
Oh, that's below Icewind Dale, right? I think.
Yes, Ythryn.
Vaguely know that from wiki scouring.
So I was like, okay, well, let me tie the motivation and tie this adventure a little closer together. So her motivation for freezing Icewind Dale is that she wants to prevent something from escaping that city. So it's like she's not necessarily justified in what she's doing to the people, but in her mind, it's like there is something terrible, evil, and corrupting and dangerous to my power down there. So I'm just gonna like assist, kind of freeze this whole place over to prevent it from getting out. So once the players stop her from doing that, then they have to deal with that thing. And it worked really well because they're in this place called the Caves of Hunger that leads to that city. And in the book, there is something called the Thing in the Ice.
Okay.
And they don't really elaborate on what it is.
Thing in the ice.
Yeah. Essentially, it's very much modeled after the Thing. There's also a vampire gnoll that has been stalking and hunting the party, and I got like 3 really good encounters with the party before they killed it, and that was a lot of fun. But the Thing in the Ice is essentially like some sort of eldritch horror. It doesn't have a stat block. It just has like a passive effect if you get too close to it. But I'm gonna make that be the thing that's trying to get out. I think I'm gonna make it a greater Starspawn emissary.
Sounds complicated but familiar.
It's an NPC from Van Richten's guide. It's like an existing official stat block.
Yeah, I would say it sounds like an Elden Ring character, but that does sound familiar from.
It's from the Far Realm. It's a pretty high stat block. I think it's like a 19. But I'm gonna. But by the end of the adventure, the party's going to be level 12, and I think them versus one CR19 monster will still be like doable. I got to think like a little more carefully. My intention is to make this be some sort of aberration from the Far Realm that got to the Prime Material realm, and the party has to stop. But that was a lot of fun. I actually have the official map that I'm using has a room with a Thing in the Ice, and it's shown in the map.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm planning on Photoshop. They've seen it, but I'm planning on Photoshopping the map to get that out of there, and then just not acknowledge it. Kind of like gaslight the players a little bit.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What the fuck? Where'd it go?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What do you mean something's missing? It's just ice.
Yeah, it's like you were here
Anyway.
before. There was this open block of ice.
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
like excavated or something.
Good
Hey,
hunt.
nice. Yeah, our damage output is looking real good on these anomaly hunts. I think it's because we were playing with the weights on because we keep doing the title update monsters. And you guys are some big ass boys.
Yeah, and these are essentially anomalies. The baseline anomalies that we're doing now, I think, was in the base game still.
I
don't
think
remember.
so because the most like highest tier monster thing I've done on one of these is a Rathalos or something. I don't think Blood Orange Bishaten would be above that, but yeah, I think we're still doing like base level investigations. Oh shit, I got a mantle. Let's go. I don't know if I need it, but I probably used to.
Nice.
Cheryl says that is evil. I was disappointed that the thing in the ice wasn't a real monster block. I like your idea.
Yeah, thank you, Cheryl. I have good ideas now and then. I've more the more I DM, the more I think I enjoy it.
Speaking of, I need to work on my D&D stuff because I have a session to run on Saturday.
Yeah, you want to talk about that a little bit?
I can, yeah. I mean, I don't know what all I've told people about it recently, but yeah, I'm doing my sort of open world hex crawl. Kind of a mistake of a campaign, but it's working out really well, surprisingly. It's an open world hex crawl campaign where I basically drop my players in fantasy Australia, and there's only one town that they know of, and they spend their time doing various small jobs and quests for people. And soon, since I'm fairly certain none of them actually watch this, I started going through a lot of the different books, like the different like campaign specific settings, and I'm starting to throw in stuff from Ravnica, stuff from Ravenloft, stuff from the Eberron and Spelljammer and all that. And so they are going to do an Izzet laboratory soon that was magically transported into the ground like 30 feet underground. That's going to be a lot of fun because any surviving creature inside of it has no idea they're not on Ravnica anymore.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's a major theme of a lot of this stuff is it's the magic like runoff of all the other realms. It's like when someone like quickly banishes something or when they send somewhere and they don't know where it goes, it usually ends up in this place.
Did you see the Netflix or not Netflix, Disney Plus Loki?
I didn't know, but I heard a lot about it.
There's a concept of that in that show that sounds similar and sounds like a really fun idea to play with in an adventure.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I like it because what I like doing is coming up with ideas for characters or situations where I just treat them as if they've never like they're not designed for the players. They just exist, and the players, interact with them and rub up against them. So like when they start talking about stuff, they're like, I have not a goddamn clue what you're talking about. Like legitimately, I'm not lying. I don't know what you mean. Like you need to explain some shit. And it kind of helps like cement what the players are doing and what they've learned because they have to explain it every now and then. But yeah, I like that concept. It's a lot of fun. So I'll be running more of that on Saturday. The latest thing I did that was really cool is my one player is very much likes to play just the murder hobo, but he likes to do the murder hobo with flavor. So he's very much likes to play bad paladins and oathbreakers and stuff. And I had a Reaper of Baal, which is like for the murder god Baal. It's like his emissaries or whatever. Tasked him with taking down some gnolls who the gnoll god Yinogu plans to ramp up his forces and go kill the town just because he wants to. And some players are on board with that because they want to kill, and one of them in particular says, "But I'm all about like nice stuff. I don't want to do that." So there was some interesting, not hard conflict.
Player inter-party conflict.
Yeah, there's always the through line of comedy with all the games that this group plays. So it's just very funny to hear them like trying to have these philosophical arguments back and forth.
Oh yeah.
In the middle of fields with kangaroos.
Well, they're still like
running away from them. Oh, Shiro left. Ooh, are we doing it?
I put this one up to allow other people to join. Let's see.
Oh, Cheryl says
Cheryl,
she finished
we
Beyond
fit.
Witchlight.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask what that acronym was. Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Awesome.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it. I don't want to say too much but big reveal at the end. I have since I've read that book because I was considering running it instead of the Domains of Dread thing I've been doing. Um, I did read through it, and it is a pretty neat thing they did at the end. Highly recommend for anyone wanting to try a sandboxer. Oh, I'm glad to hear that because it did look like. So Tom, I know you haven't run a module in fifth edition, right? Have you?
The only one I ran was the one that you gave me to run, the Sanctum of the Moon Elves. I
Oh,
ran
okay,
that
okay,
one, but that's the only like pre-written module I have ever run as it is.
gotcha.
I've only taken from modules, so to speak.
Um, I I'll say that I like running modules because it's pretty easy for me to just like kind of skim read and then run it. The fifth edition modules from Wizards of the Coast, on the whole, tend to need a lot of work, and I'd say are kind of on the weaker end. But
Yeah.
their latest couple, um, uh, the Domains of Dread, I wouldn't actually recommend like to someone looking to run a module because I've ended up doing a lot of alterations to it to make it more fun and make sense. But Rime of the Frost Maiden and Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and I've also heard good things about Citadel of Radiance, Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel, and the Critical Role one seem to be much better than the early ones. Like I know Nate is playing through Horde of the Dragon Queen, and he's had lots of complaints about that. I know he's
Mm-hmm.
got complaints about like Avernus. It still fucking annoys me that Avernus is like, here are these cool vehicles. Their gasoline that you need is also the income or the money in this world, and it's really hard to get. So, if you run the module as is, you're going to be heavily disincentivized from using these cool devil tanks like that. What the fuck are you doing there?
Yeah,
Um,
it is. It's weird to like have that kind of like resource. I guess they wanted to make it more like harsh survival based, but yeah, the way they do currencies in that, like I get because like the devil theme, but
yeah,
that seems like a weird
I'd
way
be
to do
fine
it.
with it being the resource and for it to be like, hey, use filling up the tank is an evil act because you're destroying souls. Just give it enough, put enough out there that like we're between the five players. I think we have like 8 coins, which
Well,
is like not a lot. The only reason that we run around Avernus in our machines is because Nate changed the game so that Maggie gives us free gas as long as we're helping her. That is not part of the book.
right, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, how long
Um,
do the coins last? Are they supposed to be like?
Only 24 hours, which consider like our
Oh,
travel times.
yeah. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, well, if they were like fuel efficient, I wouldn't mind it. Like, I don't mind having a limited resource, but that is kind of a goofy. That's a weird way of doing that because
Yeah.
I remember
And
like
then you're
us
also
talking about
deciding,
it.
do I want to like pay for gas or do I want a magic item? Because all the devils want those coins for magic. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. And it's I know Nate has done a lot of changes to the module to make it more enjoyable to play, similar to what I had to do with Waterdeep. You played through Storm King's Thunder, right?
Yeah. Uh, Pretty much.
Did
Actually,
that
no. Yeah, front to back. Yeah.
Do you know, was that pretty fun as is, or did the DM have to make significant changes? I've heard
Um.
that's like a decent one to run as is, but has some like moments where players kind of just don't know what to do next.
Yeah. So Storm King Thunder is a thing that's like it's based around the ordning. So it's like all of the different types of giants have a hierarchy, and it comes into question when like the top level, the king of like the storm giants like disappears, and so uh all the other layers are trying to fight for like who should be the top of the ordning, and it's
I
kind
am
of a thing.
100% going to spend time getting birds, by the way.
Oh, same. It is like I've read through, like I've skimmed through. What I like about that book is it has, I don't know if other books do this. It has like a rough timeline of events in the very beginning where it says, uh, whatever adventure hook you start with, players start here, then they can go to like one of these 3 villages based on the side quest they pick and the information they want to get. And it shows like a flow chart of like where they can go and how they end up there typically, which is cool. I
Yeah.
like that a lot because I like seeing the big picture, or else I have no clue unless it's like Sanctum of the Betrayal style.
It's super important to have that sort of structure in a
Yeah, I
campaign.
need to be able to know like what is coming up, like generally speaking, later. And it does have this weird gap area where it's like, okay, they've gotten their, majority of their stuff done. Now they have to, I think if I recall correctly, they have to pick like which giants they want to try to fuck with or whose plan they want to try to stop or like side with or something. And it's very open, which is cool, but the problem is like I didn't realize that as a player. It could have been the DM that we had. It was his first time DMing a whole campaign.
Ray
He did a
Romano.
good job of Ray Romano. Deborah, you need to give
The
him that sword.
Giants.
Yeah. Thanks, Kermit.
The rod of 7 parts.
Oh God, I'm thinking of the McElroy bit about the LASIK eye surgery. Anyway, yeah. So like, it's cool because it's so open, and like once I like skimmed the book, I was like, oh, I get it. Like we were supposed to be able to pick, or based on the adventure hooks we picked, like where we're gonna go and what our plan is gonna be. We were kind of presented it as being like, well, the fire giants are only like 2 steps away on the list. We need to stop them. And so I think that might just be the DM was like, yeah, this is basically directionless, so we're gonna just go with the fire giants instead.
Yeah, if you don't have and that is the common complaint, and so I don't think it's 100% the DMs like just being new. It's
no,
the book opens it up and doesn't always have a good thread to help players make informed decisions on like, okay, well, we have these options and we have interacted with these groups in the past, so we have these feelings about them, so we're going to pick this. It doesn't do a good job of that, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Overall, I've heard it's what I've heard is Storm King's Thunder is the best of the early 5th edition adventures.
I would agree with that.
But it has been eclipsed by the newer 5th edition adventures.
Yeah.
So Cheryl, it's I'm glad to hear. I wouldn't mind running Wild Beyond the Witchlight at some point. I'm trying to convince Tanner to run it because he wants to DM something.
Yeah, that'd be fun. The one thing I will say about SKT is I think it was so good as an early one because it also has a lot of leeway for if you want to plug in random modules. Like
yes,
Tomb of Annihilation attempts this by saying, Tomb of Annihilation has the hex crawl map that I base mine on. And it's great because it does allow you to like say, hey, maybe your players want to take a break and do something different, but still be in the same setting and characters. It is great for that because it does let you go all over the Sword Coast if you really want to. So you can go to Neverwinter, Waterdeep. You can go to literally anywhere for a lot of these things.
Fun tidbit. I read through parts of Storm King's Thunder because it has a better primer on Bryn Shander, the biggest of the 10 towns in Icewind Dale, than Rime. It has a better primer on that town than the Icewind Dale adventure book does.
Yes. The funny part about that is I read that section, and we had the option to go to Bryn Shander, and we never did. But I was thinking, like, damn, they put a lot of effort into this. And Bryn Shander is one of 3 towns where if you pick one of those 3, you're probably not going to go to any of the other 2. So I was like, that is a lot of, like, obviously it's their job, but a lot of prep work for stuff you might not even encounter. So there's a lot of stuff you can borrow from that book. It's very open. I thought it was a good introduction to 5e.
Yes.
And
it's a good like tour of the Sword Coast as well as adventure. Yeah.
You fight giants and you make friends with them, and dragons are in it, so you get to meet all the iconic people, and you get to, see what it's like to negotiate and also what it's like to fight them, which is cool.
Yeah, so it sounds like we have the same feelings about it. And then Waterdeep Dragon Heist has a good idea, but the in-book execution is awful. And I basically did a big Alexandrian remix of Dragon Heist to make it like make sense and be more fun. Overall, I think it's gone pretty well. We did start the adventure with like 3 new to D&D players. And I didn't start the adventure as the DM, so there was a transition period. Holy shit, he's mad.
I was trying to figure out where everyone was at because I'm terrible at reading the map, and I just turned around and there's this Rathalos who's about to like spike me with fire.
Yeah. Jesus. Good news is Rathalos is on our side right now.
Yes.
Ah, shit.
It's time for me to
My
collect all the
bad.
shinies. And I'll hit 'em.
But yeah, and then Horde of the Dragon Queen and Tiamat's, those were the first 5e adventures, and those are like universally regarded as fucking messes. Woo!
Nice.
Curse of Strahd I've heard is very good, but I basically don't consider it a 5th edition adventure because it is almost a like step-by-step remake of the original Ravenloft adventure, just translated to 5th edition.
Which is very tough.
Yeah.
I
But like it's good. It's just like no, they didn't write it. Like they just kind of translated it.
Yeah.
Oh, I should drink some demon drink
The last one
and
hit me.
armor skin. My bad.
Actually, I should do the same thing.
I forgot.
Shit. Wait, am I the only person? Oh fuck. Where'd everyone go? I'm fighting Magnum all alone.
All right, coming back.
You good? That gives me a chance to drink my armor juice. Yeah, it's weird. I haven't so. I don't know how everyone else does the the DM prep work for their stuff or write a lot of stuff. Because mine is an open world hex crawl, I only really have the next 10% of stuff ever done for this campaign. The nice part about not having any major storyline with an end is I don't have to worry about things tying together. But that also means that I'm basically just coming up with level appropriate stuff that is engaging but not giving them something so overpowered that it's well, they're level 2 but they fight like they're level 6 and balancing all that. But it's also cool because I get to I just go to 5e tools and just skim what's in Curse of Strahd. Curse of Strahd stuff, the items alone are either basically the Cape of Billowing or legendary sword times 10. There's no in between. Which makes sense because it is supposed to be a hard, hard.
Yeah, Strahd will fuck you up if you don't have
Bram
the anti-Strahd sword.
Yeah.
Hi, hello, how are you today? I do have feelings on this. I have very strong feelings on that there is a current problem in the industry, and Wizards of the Coast is an industry leader. I have strong feelings that they write adventure modules and books not to be used by dungeon masters, but to be read by players at the bedside table.
Which is not how it's supposed to be at all.
Yeah, and I guess Tom, you can speak to that. You've read modules and you ran a module that was not done like that. What did you think of the way Arcane Library structures things?
So I like what they do because they do a really good job. The one that I ran was Sanctum of the Moon Elves, which is basically what it sounds like. It's a floating moon elf castle. Think cloud giants, but space instead of the sky.
Yeah, Kelsey put that one out when Spelljammer came out as kind of a...
They do a really good job of showing okay, here is optional flavor text certain NPCs can say, but you don't have to follow it. They do a really good job of compared to the Wizards of the Coast stuff, they do a really good job of saying okay, you should be able to run this if you've never read it before, basically, or at least only seen it. And they do a good job of saying in bold okay, if you're just in panic mode and you need the immediate next thing that happens, here it is.
She almost never uses paragraphs.
Yes.
It's a lot of bullet pointed lists designed exactly like you said. You can pick it up an hour or half an hour before you start running the adventure. Read the first page. You got everything you need on that page.
Basically what I did. I mean, I did read a lot of it ahead of time, but I basically re-skimmed it the day before, and that was enough to run it, and have it be something. I didn't have a good tie-in, and I didn't use all of the elements in it, but it was enough there that I really did feel it's what they used to say, at least in American schools, for writing science lab reports. They would always tell us, write it as if I could have someone randomly walk in here, pick it up, and be able to recreate the same experiment.
Yes.
That's basically what Arcane Library stuff is. I read a little bit of the other one, the Chult one, and it's succinct. That's what I really like about it. It's succinct, but it has enough detail that if you don't want to come up with more of a story, it's there. But if you also want to link it to an existing campaign, it makes itself available for that. It's not so it's not so specific that you can't alter those storylines. And the PDFs are
Yeah.
not very long, and they have really good graphic details to show you, like, hey, here's
Yes.
where everything is.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of love for what she does. Um, Probably my favorite module writer in 5th edition. And I still have strong desire. What is he doing? Taking a little nap?
I was wondering, yeah, because he wasn't tired last we saw him.
I do want to run one of her Shadow Dark games.
Oh, does she write for more than just D&D?
She designed her own system based on the things she likes in
I
5th
see.
edition.
Bye, David. Thanks for hanging out.
And based on like she is a fan of the like traditional dungeon crawl. Like you literally go in a dungeon and you explore it. And she also is a fan of like quick play. So Shadow Dark is a dungeon crawl system, a rules light version essentially of 5th edition, but where everything's designed to move through the game and the dungeon quickly. You're always in initiative order, but there's a real time element. They use like a 3-action system instead of action bonus action movement. Checks are really easy to like just handle quickly. Combat moves faster than 5th edition, even at higher levels.
Right, yeah.
It is not great for narrative storytelling the way people like to play 5th edition, but like for if you just want like a dungeon to crawl through, it seems like a really fun system. And you're limited every session. You're limited by how many. It's Shadow Dark. You are a dark crawler where you have a certain number of torches, which is a real time. Each torch lasts 1 hour in real life. Oh shit! You got disconnected?
Yeah, I don't know. My internet's been really weird recently. Well, I guess after the Hero Forge stream, it's certainly been weird, but I think I need to do some router settings or change my router.
If you abandon the quest, you can rejoin the lobby and come back into the quest, I believe.
Okay. Oh, abandon, not return.
Yes.
Okay, so I will abandon.
If you return, it'll think that it'll like remember that you did this, and it'll be like you can't join the same quest twice.
Okay, I will try that.
I learned it from all of my disconnects, so don't worry.
Yeah, that is true. Of all the learned people, I would trust yours the most. Yeah, I've only ever that's the only module I've ran that's not like a Wizards of the Coast official. Well, I haven't run any of theirs, but it's the first I've read through.
Yeah,
there is one that the Adventure Zone did for the like test of initiation redone for their people, and that one was pretty well written. That was just one person. But
oh, that's good to hear.
A lot of the third-party ones understand how to be more succinct. Like Wizards wants to add detail, but a lot of that detail is not really like. It's really hard to like come up with like a cheat sheet for like remembering, you know, all the different details of these super linear storyline ones.
Yeah, and they do it in a way that like, oh, Liana is withdrawn from the quest.
Uh-oh.
Why? Why would you do that, Liana? They oh.
If I can't rejoin my own lobby. There we go.
All right.
All right, I'm eating and then I'm getting back in. All right. Is it just? Oh, it's right. Just you and me in this quest, right? Or was there a third person?
And Dan.
Oh, okay.
Oh fuck. We're doing all right. We're doing okay. You're not going to stop us, Magnamalo. Oh. He's an angry, horny boy.
Let's see how long I can hold up. Man, all those birds. Whatever. I don't care. I've got a shield.
That is frustrating, right?
Yeah. It's weird because it seems like it's a... Unless, like, Discord just has a really good job of, like, holding on to, like, latency lag. But, like, whenever I pop out of, like, these missions, or even you too, like, Discord doesn't drop the call. So it's not like the whole thing quits, right? That's what happened during the Hero War stream. This is just, like, Monster Hunter not being able to hold up the netcode or like loses the handshake, but like Discord is fine and the stream is fine. I haven't had that stop a stream yet before.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Networking is complicated. I almost went to school for it and then switched over into more programming because networking is really just running cables at 3 a.m.
We cut the tail. And
oh,
I
nice.
think
I saw triple question mark dropped, which I think is the tail.
Yep.
Just in case he...
Raffler, so we got it. I don't think we've had a feint yet,
I don't think
so. And we can trap this guy. Ooh.
I know what I should do, though. Drink an armor skin.
Oh, I did live.
Some last buffs. As long as we make the thumbnail come true.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Gotta make the thumbnail. Oh, okay. He's down.
I got a few face hits on him.
Alright, let's see if I can roll out of this. Alright. We're doing okay. A little bit of restocking.
Someone's dog is just dancing around with the healing grenade thing.
What else were we talking about? Oh yeah, sure. A while beyond the Witchlight. Tom was talking about your D&D campaign.
Yeah.
I think I'm all. Oh, in addition to the normal stuff, my goal for this month, and it looks like it's going to happen, I'm going to run another game of Cyberpunk Red, which, if anyone is interested, the events are posted up on the Discord for people to join. I think I've got 3 players right now. This will involve a session 0 and character creation, and then on a different day, actually running the adventure. And my idea here, Tom, is I'm going to essentially run a campaign, but I'm not going to schedule it with any regularity. So it'll just be like when I want to run a game, you can use the same characters, and like it's like a West Marches thing in Night City.
Yeah, that's speaking of, that's like the thing I tried to emulate with my campaign. Although the players I have in it are all used to like being there at the same time. I really like drop in, drop out style TTRPG because having the same group is really nice, but I also like the idea of like a world where it's more West Marches style, so you know more players can join and you can get like a better mix of like, you know, diverse players, but also the players who can make it and players who can't without feeling like they have a huge time obligation.
Yeah.
One of my current problems with TTRPGs, specifically like D&D and the long form ones, is just the idea of these campaigns that are, you know, really long, and a lot of D&D is based on the idea that like like everyone who's there is always an adventurer and they're always going to be, you know, part of a party in a tavern somewhere. It makes it a lot easier when it's more of like, no, it's like real life. Like people drop in and drop out because they've got other obligations.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun with Cyberpunk Red the first time around. I'm hoping to run it better this time. Oh, that fucked me up. Alright. Oh god, he's over here with me. Fuck.
I was wondering, I was, like, I was walking right over there. I was like, oh no.
Woo!
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna stay down. Alright.
There you go, Dust of Life coming in. God, come on. Work. There it is.
Thank you. Back
there's
to
Tigrex.
full.
Tigrex.
I was wondering. I was like, where'd Scorn Magnamalo go? I don't see him out there.
All right, I will ride the Tigrex. All right, son.
Nice. Yeah,
Time for some father-son bonding.
it's time for the story arc.
Bond with me, Jimmy.
And then I'm gonna run the Transformers TTRPG. I've got a session set up after Christmas for the Session Zero stuff, and then do the first game, like the Start Adventure that's in the box, after the New Year. So I'm enjoying playing stuff that's not D&D, and I think when Domains of Dread is done, I'm not going to replace it with anything on my plate. Just kind of run some random stuff for a little while until I get bored, and then I want to do another campaign. My goal is, fingers crossed, next year I can finish out Rime of the Frost Maiden and Waterdeep. Oh, nice! Blue head. We're almost there. I do have a trap.
Can we capture it?
We haven't died yet. We can go for the kill. We'll get his, hopefully his cool gem.
Oh, right, yeah.
Aha! Missed me, now you gotta kiss me. I said kiss me!
Yeah. I said it, you gotta do it. Right.
Yeah, that's the law.
I like Sharpen, actually.
Did you end up playing Lancer?
No, I've been tossing back that idea back and forth more about doing that next year. I've been looking at the system a lot. Of like running like a Lancer.
Oh, not just playing, but running a game.
Well, yeah, at least one or the other. I do want to play. I would like to play in at least a game to like see what it's like to play it before I run it, if possible. That's something I should ask about on the Discord. But what I wanted to do is do something kind of similar to what I have going on my personal D&D campaign, which is like a drop-in, drop-out style Lancer campaign. Because that's another system that lends itself well into like the mercenary idea. So I figured just people like to play with the mechs, and apparently Lancer is a little bit less like roleplay heavy and a little bit more like tactics heavy. So I figured maybe do like a drop in, drop out style, like Domains of Dread, but for robots.
Oh, neat.
And do something like that, because Lancer would be really fun. Lancer's action economy works actually really similar to 5e, so I think it would be easy for people who are playing D&D 5e on the Discord to give it a shot and see if they like the mech action roleplay, because the mech art and abilities in that game are sick. They're very fun.
I'd like to check it out. Oh, he interrupted me. That was greedy on my part.
Oh, here comes Gore's here with a pink foot.
Nice. Turf war.
Oh.
Life powder. I got it.
Oof. No, Zeno.
Oh, someone ride Mag.
Someone ride, please.
Mad Magmala.
Nice.
Mad Mag. Oh, someone ride Gore.
Oh, never mind.
Done.
Get that Gore out of here.
Easy. Thumbnail came true.
Hey, we did it.
Actually,
It's all that matters.
I was going to check with you, Tom. Do you want to call it? I know it's a short one, but we've been hunting for an hour. You want to call it here?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. It was enough to at least give me some parts.
Yeah. We got some Anomaly quests done. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. We're going to call this kind of a short stream, and I think even though it was only a 12-hour live stream, I'm still recovering a little bit.
Yeah, it's enough that we'll at least check in for this Monday, and then we'll be back probably with our normal time next time.
Yeah, and next time, hopefully, Osprey will be POV as we get serious about grinding through some Iceborne. I don't think there is going to be a stream this Thursday. Actually, I know there's not, because we are doing trivia.
Yeah, Nate mentioned something about Elden Ring, but I don't know. I know Ian, and I want to get back to it, but we're kind of still
I'm-
waiting on Nate's schedule.
I'm going to say it's not going to happen this Wednesday because he and I have a meeting this Wednesday to plan out the Domain of Dread epic stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. That
So
would
he
make a lot
better
of
not be
sense.
streaming this Wednesday.
He'll do it live. Live meeting.
Yeah.
Players don't interact.
But yeah, thanks everyone for hunting. Tom, it was fun hunting. We did it. All the thumbnails are done until Title Update 4.
We got some Anomaly stuff done. The last 2 anomalies I tried to do like a couple months ago all ended in carts. So
yeah,
this is good. This is good progress.
Feeling more confident.
I'll actually work on my MR outside of this too. Oh, nice. I'm at MR 69. Nice.
Shanice, is that question facetious?
Which one?
I can't tell. Sex is not part of the mechanics of Cyberpunk Red, but you're right that like Cyberpunk has like a very sexy theme to it, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. But I'm not comfortable role-playing sex. I know there are groups that do it and they're comfortable with it. It's not something that I just don't know that I'm good enough. I've never had to do it, but if I ever have to do it, it would be a tasteful fade to black.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Yep. But awesome. Thanks everyone for hunting with us and hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
And we'll catch you later this week or next week. Bye.
Yeah. See y'all.
Cool. Yeah. And with the thumbnail came true, and we can come back to this when Title Update 4 comes out, which I think they said they're adding a new Elder Dragon in Title Update 4. We'll have to see what it ends up being. I think we've got 2 new monsters based on the data mining that's been done. And I guess when I say new, I don't mean new to the franchise. New, like they're monsters that are not variants of monsters that are already in Rise and Sunbreak. Yeah. Yeah, and I know Osprey's working now with his work schedule. I'm not sure. I'll have to check in with him in terms of like hunting availability and stuff. He's also fucking not posting in the. He wanted to join the play-by-post campaign for Barovia, but he's not posting in it. After the holiday, I might sort out new players for that because I've got like Cheryl and Cal. KAO, and Scotty are all pretty active, and I just need like a good 4th player that's active, and maybe someone else will be interested in. Oh, the dude, is it the same dude that bailed on Avernus? Yeah. Yeah, I've really enjoyed that for the Domains of Dread. Like, it's like I don't give a shit what everyone else's schedule is. I've got like roughly 15 players. 5 of them will show up on any given like Friday. So I know I'm running it. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Talk to you later. Have a good one.